Hello there, and welcome to this video on one simple technical exercise to help you overcome your problem with hand independence. It's an exercise which also benefits chord type mastery, major scale mastery, finger precision. You're going to do it with your eyes closed, so it's good for your internal piano, and it's going to be a bit of a brain-breaking exercise as well, because there's two ways to overcome hand independence problems. One is to just by force do a particular technique on repeat until you get it, and the other one is by doing it with your eyes closed, because that really helps you to stop being distracted by what your hands and fingers are doing. Also, find your natural limit, make sure that you've done some nice hand exercises and all that, and that you're sitting high enough and far back enough. There's no point doing exercises when your hands are cold and you're sitting in a bad position. Kind of defeats the purpose. So as always, likes, comments, subscriptions are welcome. I've got my water pianism syllabus and my video management website. We're going to stay in the key of C, and we're going to use one chord type, the major 7. You can, of course, do this in other keys with other chord types, taking this same template. So the idea is that what we do in the left hand, we're then going to do in the right hand. And we're going to do it by using individual fingers and octaves, because why not? Why not get a benefit of octaves as well? So it doesn't matter what your level is. You can personalize this to your needs and push them a little bit. You'll benefit from this very much. So first of all, we'll start with the left hand being the kind of rooted hand, if you excuse the pun, and the right hand's the one that's going to do all the variation. And then after, we'll switch, because I don't want you to think that you've got a left and a right hand with 5 fingers on each. I want you to think that you've just got 10 fingers that do whatever they need to do when they need to do it. That's kind of the point. So eventually we'll do the right hand doing the chord, and the left hand will do all the variations. That's the idea. So the first thing is, you're going to play the major 7 chord in whatever key you've chosen. I'll stay in C. And you're going to play, first of all, individually at the same time. So although it looks like it's together, it's not. At the moment, the emphasis is on the right hand is doing part 1, then part 2, then part 3, etc. So part 1 is like this, at the same time, but the point is, close your eyes. And maybe go for like 20 repetitions. It might seem like it's easy, but I want you to get used to the idea of you don't have 2 hands playing. It's an idea and a philosophy that you just need to experience rather than me talking about it, but there is something in there. Then you're going to go to doing that with octaves. A bit more precision required. Still a very good exercise. Then you're going to play 1 note for every 2 in the left hand. So it starts to become a bit of a brain-breaking exercise. So I'll do it slowly. What we're doing also is reducing conscious interference. In the beginning, you need to think about this a little bit, maybe 80%. Like, you really concentrate on what you're doing. But since we're staying in one key, a simple chord, you can slowly speed it up. Close your eyes. And eventually it will just come naturally like this. Or staccato, by the way, I'm not using any pedal. And eventually you'll get to a point where you're not thinking about left hand and right hand. That's the point I want you to get to. You become an observer to your hands. It doesn't matter what the left hand or the right hand are doing. Now try that with the octave. So start slowly and get faster. This is going to benefit you in so many ways. It's unbelievable. All your other playing is going to increase and improve because you're programming your brain to be able to overcome this challenge of left hand does this, right hand does that. So just do this. This is something that takes minutes and hours, not months and years. Honestly, just sit down, try this for a few minutes, and you will get it. Find your natural limit and push it. Maybe go for 20 repetitions, increase tempo by 10 beats per minute. Do 20 repetitions, increase by 10. And you'll go from like being able to do it at 80 up to like 180. I promise it's possible, and I believe in you. So we're in the key of C major. Now I'm going to go every 3. Each one feels different as well. When you're doing it together, there's a kind of pulse in there. When you're doing it with 2, you get into there's another feeling. And now on 3, it's yet another feeling. And eyes closed, you can experience it more. You know, you see more when you don't look. And that's a general bit of advice for life anyway. So normally you might, your brain would be thinking about what left hand note is connected with what note in the right, and you're looking for different patterns. It's a nightmare. I'm trying to get you to stop thinking and get to that point where quite quickly your left hand is just doing this, your left hand, and your right hand is just playing a note. Almost when it just feels right. I'm not calculating anything. And it feels really, really good to be able to do this, because it really helps you when you're playing all the other stuff on the piano. Now, we can go on to 4, 5, let me just give a demonstration. Let's just jump forward to maybe, or even number 6. I think 6 would be quite easy actually because of the pattern. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it still has some kind of brain power involved. 4, I'll do it with octaves. That's in different places. It's interesting. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's interesting. Now we're going to do all of that with the other hand. So the right hand is now going to be establishing the, maybe I'll do it up here so I've got a bit more space for the left hand. So now the left hand is going to do it with the right hand as part 1. Eyes closed as much as you can. It's not as difficult as you think it is, I promise. Just go to the piano, try it out, you'll be surprised. And you don't even need a piano for this. You can even just do this, on a table. I mean, who needs a piano? One of my articles in my blog from years ago is called the Grand Piano Illusion or something like that. The Great Piano Illusion. Okay, so then we're going to go every 2 in the right hand, 1 in the left. You might think it's going to be difficult. It isn't. You might have to get into the feel of it, but it will come very, very quickly. So, hang on, let me see. Even I need to think about it. So it comes like that. And then I just observe what's happening without overthinking it. Now let's do it with octaves for those 2. So the first one is at the same time. Is that too high? We'll do it anywhere, I suppose. Do it over 2 octaves if you want. Why not? Doesn't really matter. I'll just do it here. Okay. And now with every other. See, it's a little bit out of sync at the moment, but I'm still doing it on every 2 because I'm not really thinking, I'm not calculating. Now we go to 3. So 1, 2, 3. Again, you're breaking your brain down to being able to do this. So let me just do it once more quickly with 1, 2, and 3. So 1 at the same time. Now every other. And now 3. It's really great to be able to get to that point where you're just observing the left hand doing this, observing the right hand doing that, but it doesn't matter that it's the left and the right hand. That's the point. Let's just try that one with 4, for example. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll do it not octave, but natural fingering, doesn't matter. Normal feel like broken chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so I had to think about that one, but it came eventually. You can do that as octaves. You can do all the combinations. That is honestly the exercise. It's this kind of symmetrical exercise, exactly what the left hand is doing, the right hand can do, what the right hand can do, the left hand can do, and you overcome this idea of, the left hand does this, the right hand does that. No, it's not about that at all. I'm just thinking if there's a way I can conclude this video with anything any variations on that, and I really can't, because that's really what it's about. Just find your natural limit and push it. I'll just maybe do one example just to close with the key of F, maybe F minor 7, for no particular reason. Maybe you could do this with inversions if you want to take it further, maybe. That could be an interesting thing to do. So you get the left hand going, and of course afterwards do it with the right hand, because it doesn't matter left or right hand. And you might do this with inversions, just came to my mind. So start normally with the root position, and then you can do the timing thing. And then we'll do it on threes. And then you might do it with an inversion. Personalize. And on the next inversion, maybe on twos this time. And the last inversion. And then just change around. So the right hand's now established. And the left hand might just do octaves every two. I'll have to do it in inversion. Maybe I'll start. Can I go down here without knocking? Yeah, I can. So at the same time. And then every two as an inversion. And then I might do it on three, but on the second inversion. You see, you just apply a bit of brain power, get into the feel, try out all these variations, inversions against each other as broken or octaves on the first, second, third, try the fourth, try the fifth, try the seventh if you want to count that high. All the variations are possible, different chord types, different keys. If you just really do this with nice warm hands, sitting high enough and far enough back, you're going to experience the benefits in all the other repertoire that you play, as well as getting a nice finger workout, which is always great. So hopefully that's been of use to you, as always. Likes, comments, subscriptions, welcome. Have a look at my water pianism, Citivus and video management website, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best, and bye for now.